Guys, and welcome to another episode of Should You Bake It. Today we are going to do something that is popular. We're going to blend both cheesecake and peanut butter and jelly. So we're going to make peanut butter and jelly cheesecake bars from everyday food. And we're going to go through quickly the ingredients and the tools you'll need to make them. We're going to need 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and we have more for brushing our baking dish. We're going to need 14 graham crackers that are broken. We're going to need 2/3 cups of unsalted roasted peanuts. We're going to need 1/3 cup of packed light brown sugar. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to divide that in halves. And then we're going to need 4 8-ounce bars of cream cheese at room temp. And then back over here, we're going to need 1 cup of creamy peanut butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 4 large eggs at room temperature, and then we're going to need 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, and 1 cup of jelly. Now that can be any kind of jelly that you prefer. I'm using here strawberry jelly because that's just what my family prefers, but again, choose your own. And for the tools, I have over here a 9x13 glass dish, and we're going to grease that with butter. And I have just a basting brush over there that I'm going to brush it with. And over here we're also going to use a food processor to process the graham crackers and everything like that for our crust. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up over here with all of our ingredients for our crust, and we're going to just process that. So in the food processor, I have just added the melted butter, the peanuts, the brown sugar, half of the salt, and all together. We're not going to drizzle in the butter or anything, all together, and I'm going to pulse it until it is fine like crumbs for a crust. Alright, so we've got our crust all nice and fine, and we're just going to press it into our baking dish, and we're going to press it down firmly. I like using a measuring cup because, as you can see, it gets it really nice. And we're going to go up the sides just a little bit, and as you can tell, we've got some peanuts that are chunky, and that's how she liked it, so that's what I'm doing. And we've got our oven preheated to 350, and we are going to bake this for 12 to 15 minutes until it's light and golden, and then we'll be back. Okay, so our crust is out of the oven, and we have lowered our temp to 325. And in our stand mixer with the paddle attachment, we have our 4 bricks of cream cheese and our 1 cup of creamy peanut butter. And we're just going to mix this on low speed until it is completely creamy and smooth. Alright, so now that we have our cream cheese and our creamy peanut butter all creamed together, nice and fluffy, we are gradually going to add in our sugar on low speed. Okay, now that we have it light and fluffy, we're going to mix our eggs in one at a time, and then we're going to add in our salt and our vanilla. Our eggs are all added. We're going to sprinkle in our salt. Now our vanilla. Okay, and you want to make sure to stop and scrape down periodically, and make sure you get your beater and your bowl. Okay, so now that it is all smooth and creamy, we're going to pour it into our crust, and then we are going to spread it out even and smooth it out. Okay, so now we have all of it off, and we're going to put it in our 325 preheated oven until it's set, which is about 40 to 45 minutes. And then we'll come back and we will get to our jelly. Okay, now that it is set and cooled, it's room temp now. I'm going to go ahead and warm our jelly. Now, she sticks hers in a pot on the stove and melts it. I don't see a need to dirty another pan, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in the microwave. I'm probably going to melt it for about 2 minutes, and then we're just going to pour it on top of this. Okay, so I microwaved my jelly for 2 minutes, and it is just as melted as hers was. So I'm going to pour it all over the top. And then I'm going to spread it out evenly. Okay, so now we have our jelly on top, and it says to chill in the fridge for at least 4 hours. being that's a little late right now, I think I'm gonna stick mine in the freezer and try to get it chilled in 2. So we will be back. All right, so it was in the freezer for 2 hours, and I think, well, it looks pretty darn set to me. So I have a cup of warm water that I kept my knife in, being that I knew it was gonna be really cold. So we're gonna go ahead and cut into it and see what we got. Oh, wow, that cuts nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Turn that around. Cut a nice piece. Clean that off in between slices. Get our little handy dandy spatula in here. Try to release that. All right, so here we go. We're gonna take this guy out.
Ooh.
Look at that. Fix that little guy. There we go.
Wow.
There is our peanut butter and jelly. There was our first one. Now, I will confess, being that it was frozen, didn't come out very well the first time. But you just have to make sure that you have to cut it very well. You have to go down a little hard. But it looks absolutely beautiful.
That turned out beautiful. There's crust up the back. And then in there. Ooh.
Gorgeous. Then I might get my daughter to take a bite for you.
I'm gonna try it.
That's a beautiful bite.
It really is. Perfect jelly, cheesecake, crust.
Oh my gosh, that's
Perfect.
beautiful.
Oh my goodness. I thought the peanuts were gonna be too overwhelming, but it's not.
They're not?
The sweetness of the jelly comes through perfectly. And the crust with the crunch of the peanuts, it's almost like a granola, but you still get the graham in it.
Oh my god.
The jelly is like perfect. We didn't need any more. We were thinking about doing a little more. No, don't do it.
We were.
Oh my gosh, Mom.
Really?
It's like perfect balance. It's like both equally.
That's incredible. And we were thinking like, okay, cheesecake, peanut butter,
It looks like
bars.
no jelly.
So, but I mean, like the whole trend on, YouTube is like cheesecake and then everything peanut butter and jelly. And we saw this and we're like, what? We weren't sure.
I'm sure now.
Ah,
I'm very sure.
that's amazing.
And I like the smoothness of the jelly since we melted it. It's not as clumpy. It's really good. The whole texture is great.
And it's a thin layer, you guys. Look, it's not that much compared to the cheesecake and the peanut butter.
But I'm telling you, perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
10 out of 10, must bake it.
Ah!
Yes.
Right for my child, y'all. She knows.
Take it from me.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. And we'll see you next week.
Bye, thank you.
Bye from the babes.